Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're diving into the legend of Achilles.
Achilles, yeah.
One of the biggest names in Greek mythology.
Absolutely.
We want to give you everything you need to know about this legendary warrior as efficiently as possible.
That's right.
So consider this your one-stop shop for all things Achilles.
His story's epic.
It is.
And we're going to break down his life, his choices, ultimately what led to his downfall, really.
Yeah.
What made him such a powerful figure in the Trojan War.
Right from the start,
Right.
Achilles, he's the son of a king,
Uh-huh.
King Peleus,
Mortal king, right?
which is important.
And Thetis, a sea nymph,
A sea nymph.
a divine sea nymph.
So already we've got...
Already a little bit of a conflict there.
Yeah, like a little bit of
A little bit of tension.
special, parentage.
So that's got to play into his story somehow.
Huge
Right.
part of his story.
Okay, so this divine birth. Let's talk about that a little more.
Thetis, she was sought after, wasn't she?
She was.
I mean, we're talking Zeus
Yeah. Poseidon wanted to marry her,
wanted to marry Thetis.
but they didn't
Why? Why not?
because of a prophecy.
Oh, there's always a prophecy.
Yeah, right? That her son would be greater than his father.
Oh, so even Zeus was like,
Even Zeus.
I don't know about this one.
Right. That's a little
Too powerful.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too powerful for me.
So that already tells us
Right. Sets him up.
Achilles is going to be something else.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It foreshadows his exceptional destiny
It really does.
right from the beginning.
Okay, so now we got to talk about the whole... You can't talk about Achilles without talking about
The heel, right?
the heel and the whole invincibility
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
So this is interesting because a lot of people, they think of Achilles, they think invulnerable, except for the heel.
Right.
And that comes from the story of Thetis dipping him in the river Styx,
Right.
holding him by the heel.
Right.
But that actually, that detail, that specific detail,
Okay.
comes from later writers,
Okay.
like Statius and the Achilleid.
Okay.
When you look at Homer's Iliad,
Right.
which is kind of the foundational text for the Trojan War,
Mm.
he doesn't portray Achilles as totally invincible.
Interesting.
In fact, Achilles gets wounded.
In battle a few times.
The heel thing is like a later...
It's a later addition to the myth.
Oh, okay.
And it's a good addition.
I mean, it's a good story.
It makes for a good story.
Right.
This idea of this one fatal flaw
Right,
that even the greatest hero
right.
can be brought down by.
But it's not necessarily like the original...
Yeah, it's not in the earliest accounts.
Okay, so after his, kind of crazy birth,
Right.
his upbringing was interesting too.
It was, yeah.
He didn't just like
Grow up in a palace.
grow up in the palace being
Yeah.
waited on hand and
But
foot.
no.
Yeah.
He was raised by Chiron, the centaur
The centaur.
on Mount Pelion.
That's right.
And Chiron, I mean, he was like the teacher to the heroes,
There
right?
are many heroes.
Yeah, so this wasn't just some like...
Right. He was famous for his wisdom.
Right, it was a real
This was the real deal.
education.
Yeah. It was
Right.
it was a very comprehensive education.
And it's interesting, right? Because like Achilles...
Wasn't his original name?
Was it his original name?
He was originally called Lujarn.
Lady Tyr.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Chiron saw his potential
Okay.
and renamed him Achilles.
Okay, and Chiron, I mean, he didn't just teach him how to fight, right?
No, he taught him
He was more well-rounded.
hunting, writing,
Yeah.
healing with herbs,
Oh, wow.
playing the lyre even.
So like a well-rounded individual.
That's right, yeah. And more importantly, even than those specific skills,
Right.
he taught him resilience, honesty, and really a disdain for greed.
So like
The character traits
the good character traits
that make a true hero.
that you need to be a hero.
Beyond just fighting skills.
Right.
Right.
So he's got all this going for him.
Yeah.
And even the gods are watching him.
And gods are watching, yeah.
And we even hear that Patroclus, who grows up with
Yeah,
them.
gods are watching.
And we even hear that Patroclus, who grows up with him,
Yeah.
can't...
Even Patroclus.
Even Patroclus, who's older, can't match it.
Couldn't keep up, yeah.
So already,
It's clear he's exceptional.
this kid's something special.
Yeah.
And then he gets presented with this choice of fate.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, just amazing, right?
Yeah, the gods come to him.
The gods come down.
They offer him two paths.
Right. A long life, but kind of an uneventful one.
The peaceful life, but ultimately you'll be forgotten.
Or
Or a short life, full of glory.
and he doesn't even think twice.
Doesn't hesitate.
He's like, I want the glory.
Yeah, give me the glory.
Which is, I mean,
It's amazing.
that just speaks volumes, right?
It speaks volumes
About who he is.
about his character
And what the Greeks valued.
and the values of ancient Greece.
Like that that kleos, that fame.
Undying fame, yeah. That's what they prized above all else, almost.
Yeah.
This idea of achieving something so great that you'll never be forgotten.
Even if it means dying young.
Even if it means a short life.
That's powerful.
It is really powerful, yeah.
So he knows what he's in for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He's chosen the short but glorious life.
Right.
And now the Trojan War is brewing.
Yeah.
And of course, Thetis, his mom.
Oh, she's not happy.
Not happy. They're not happy at all.
And we can't blame her, right?
No. I mean, she knows what's coming.
Yeah,
He knows he's chosen this path of glory.
Right.
And that means
an early death.
an early death.
And it's especially scary because there's this prophecy
By Calchas.
by Calchas, who can see the future.
Yeah, the soothsayer.
Then he says
That Troy will not fall.
Troy can't fall without Achilles.
Without Achilles.
So Thetis is like, okay, I got to hide my kid.
Yeah, so she disguises him
Right, disguises him as a girl.
as a girl.
Sends him off to King Lycomedes.
King Lycomedes on the island of Syros.
Right.
He's there for 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
Hiding out
Yep.
among these princesses.
He even gets married
He does, yeah.
as a kid
To Princess Didamia.
to Didamia.
And they have a son, Pyrrhus,
Pyrrhus, who later becomes
who becomes Neoptolemus
Neapolitan.
and plays an important part in the fall of Troy.
So it's like this little,
There's this weird little domestic chapter
right, in the life of Achilles.
of this great warrior.
Like, here he is, hanging out, being a family man.
Who knows? Maybe he would have been happy if
Right.
he'd stayed there.
But then Odysseus comes knocking.
Odysseus,
Right.
along with Nestor and Ajax.
They're like, we got to find this guy.
Calchas told us
Calchas told us.
he needed Achilles.
Troy's not falling without him.
That's right.
So they go to Lycomedes' court.
Yeah.
But they're disguised as merchants.
As merchants.
Right.
So they come
They
in.
lay out all these goods. They've got like fine fabric,
Beautiful fabrics.
jewelry.
Intricate jewelry.
And then they put out some weapons.
Yeah. Strategically placed weapons.
And Achilles just
Can't help
he
himself.
can't help himself.
He reaches for the weapons.
Right. It's like in his blood.
He's a warrior at heart.
Yeah.
His instinct.
And that's how they know.
That's him.
That's Achilles.
They found him.
So he's discovered. He knows his destiny. He's like, all right, I'm going to war.
Yeah.
But Thetis is still trying to protect him.
Of course, she's a mother.
She's a mother.
She gives him armor
Armor made by
forged by Hephaestus,
Hephaestus,
the god of the forge.
the god of the forge.
So this is amazing armor.
Top of the line,
Yeah.
divine armor.
Divine armor.
And she also gives him 2 very important warnings.
Number 1, don't kill any of Apollo's proteges.
Okay, so don't mess with Apollo,
Don't mess with Apollo.
basically.
Yeah, because that will lead to your doom,
All right.
she says.
Okay.
And number 2,
Number 2.
don't be the first to set foot on Trojan soil,
Oh, there's that prophecy
because there's a prophecy.
that whoever lands first is going to die.
Is going to die
Immediately.
immediately.
So-
That's a pretty heavy thing to carry with you into battle.
Right. Like, first of all, don't tick off a god and don't be the first one off the boat.
Yeah, exactly.
And that prophecy about the first one to land, it really plays out, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. Tragic.
Tragically. So they get there.
To the shores of Troy.
Everyone's on the ships.
Yeah.
No one wants to get off.
Everyone's hesitant.
They're like, I'm not going first.
And nobody wants to be the first one.
And then this guy,
Protesilaus.
Protesilaus,
He's either incredibly brave
he's either super brave
or he knows his fate.
or he knows it's going to happen anyway.
And he jumps off the ship. He's the first one on the beach.
Okay.
And he's killed immediately
Instantly?
by a Trojan javelin.
Wow. So right from the start.
Right from the start, things are not looking good.
It's a grim beginning
It's not a good omen.
to the war.
Okay, so before we even get to the main events of the Iliad,
Right.
Achilles is already, like, busy.
Oh, he's not just sitting around waiting.
He's not just waiting for the Iliad to start.
He's very active.
Right. He's got his own thing going on.
Yeah, for 9 years,
Yeah.
he's fighting.
So tell me about some of these early battles.
So one of the most famous ones is his fight with Cycnus,
Cycnus.
who is a Trojan warrior,
Okay.
and he was considered almost invulnerable.
What?
How? Well, there are different accounts.
Okay.
Some say that he had, magical protection.
Like a god was protecting him or something.
Yeah, maybe a god was protecting him. Maybe he had some kind of enchanted armor or something.
Wow.
But he seemed impervious to weapons.
So how did Achilles?
So Achilles had to get creative.
Okay.
Some say that he strangled him
Oh, wow.
with his helmet straps.
Okay.
Others say that he found a weak spot.
And was able to strike him down.
Wow. So even early on,
Yeah.
we see Achilles kind of like
Overcoming the odds.
outsmarting his opponents.
Having to really use his brain as well as his brawn.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so this Cycnus guy,
Yeah.
really tough opponent.
Really tough.
Makes sense that there are different stories.
Yeah. I mean, how do
Fox
you
could even
defeat someone who's invulnerable?
kill an invulnerable guy.
Right. So you need a good story.
You need a good story.
So explain that.
And he's not just fighting these big battles.
Hold on.
He's also conducting these raids.
Yeah. He's leading his Myrmidons,
The Myrmidons.
his elite warriors,
Okay.
and they're raiding all over Trojan territory,
So they're like disrupting supply lines.
disrupting supply lines.
Really kind of messing with the Trojans.
Yeah. Keeps them off balance.
Keep them off balance, okay? And one of these raids,
Okay.
he even captures Lycaon,
Like, yeah.
one of Priam's sons.
One of the sons of King Priam of Troy.
Yeah.
And he sells him into slavery.
That's a big move.
Bold move.
Right. And he also goes after Mount Ida,
Mount Ida.
where Priam's flocks are grazing.
Yeah. All the sheep and cattle.
So he's like hitting them
He's hitting them where it hurts.
economically.
Yeah.
Right. Like you need those flocks.
You need those for food.
for food, for supplies.
Yeah, for everything.
Wow. And there he runs into Aeneas.
Aeneas, yeah.
Who's another big name.
Another legendary figure
Yeah.
from the Trojan War.
But Aeneas even, he's no match for Achilles.
No, but he's saved.
Saved by the gods.
Divine intervention.
Yeah, divine intervention.
And Priam's herdsmen, not so lucky.
No, they're either killed or captured.
Wow, so Achilles is really
He's making a name for himself.
leaving his mark
Yeah.
on this war.
Even in these early stages.
And there's even in these early battles,
Okay.
we see some of the seeds of future drama
Yeah, that's right.
being planted.
Like with Isis and Antiphus.
Right. 2 more Priam's sons. 2 more sons.
And they get captured.
Yeah, they get captured, they're ransomed.
Okay.
And then, tragically, they encounter Achilles again
Oh, no.
on the battlefield years later.
And they don't survive that encounter. It's like that cyclical nature of war.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
Right. Keeps coming back.
Keeps coming back around.
And then, of course, there's Briseis.
Briseis.
Her story is going to be so important.
Crucial to the Iliad.
So she's captured
Yeah,
after her husband's killed in one of these raids.
that's right.
And she becomes
Achilles for pride.
his prize of war.
Yeah.
And there's even this moment where Patroclus
Makes a promise to her.
promises her that one day
She'll be his wife.
she'll be his wife.
Which is, I mean,
It's a small detail,
Right.
but it speaks volumes.
it's a small detail, but
about their relationship.
it's really powerful, right?
Yeah.
It kind of hints at
Their bond.
their bond and what's going to happen later.
And the tragedy that's to come. Right.
And this all builds up
Yeah.
to this massive quarrel with
The
Agamemnon.
big one.
The big one.
This is what sets the Iliad in motion.
This is the catalyst for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so start from the beginning.
So Chryses, who's a priest of Apollo,
Okay.
he comes to the Achaean camp,
The Greek camp.
the Greek camp, yeah.
Okay.
And he's there to plead for his daughter's release,
His daughter,
Chryses,
Chryses.
who's been taken captive
Okay.
by Agamemnon.
And he's willing to pay a ransom.
A hefty ransom.
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Agamemnon refuses.
Oh, no, why?
He's arrogant, he's
Right.
greedy.
Right.
He doesn't want to let her go.
He's like, no, she's mine.
Yeah, she's my prize.
Right.
And Apollo is not happy about this.
Apollo's like, dude, that's my priest.
You've insulted my priest.
Right, yeah.
You've insulted me.
Do not disrespect the gods.
Bad move.
Right.
So Apollo unleashes a plague
Hmm.
on the Achaean army,
A plague, that's not good. No, people are dying left and right.
and they don't know what to do.
They don't know what's happening.
So they go to their seer,
Calchas.
Calchas.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know what's up.
I've got the answer.
It's Apollo.
Apollo's angry.
And you gotta give Chryses back.
You got to return Chryses.
No ransom.
SS.
To her father.
No ransom.
Yeah.
Just give her back.
Free her. So Agamemnon,
He's furious.
furious.
He does not like being told what to do,
But he's got to.
but he has to.
He's got to save his army.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
So he gives Chryses back,
Grudgingly.
grudgingly.
Yeah.
Very grudgingly.
And he's like, well, if I'm giving up my prize,
right.
someone's got to pay.
I need compensation.
And he goes after
Achilles. And demands Briseis,
Chryses
Achilles' prize.
as payment.
Yeah.
So Achilles,
Yes.
understandably,
Yeah.
loses it.
He's enraged.
Enraged.
He feels insulted.
Disrespected, dishonored.
Publicly humiliated.
So black.
It's a huge deal.
Huge deal.
And he almost kills Agamemnon.
Almost.
He's about to draw his sword, but
Athena intervenes.
Athena, the goddess of wisdom, stops him.
Whispers in his ear.
Says, calm down.
Calm down. You don't want to do this.
Don't do this.
There's a better way.
Right.
Yeah.
So Achilles, he backs down.
He backs down. But he's not done. He withdraws from the war.
From the fighting. He's like, fine.
You made your choice.
You deal with this mess.
I'm out.
I'm out.
You want to fight the Trojans without me?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll be here
Good luck.
on the beach, enjoying my spoils of war.
Yeah.
And
this changes everything.
This is a huge turning point.
It's a huge turning point.
Like the war.
In the war.
Because now the Greeks, they're struggling.
Yeah, they're losing.
They're losing.
They're getting pushed back.
They're getting pushed back.
Hector's having a field day.
Hector, the Trojan prince.
Yeah. He's leading the Trojans.
And he is
to victory after victory.
Really giving the Greeks a hard time. And Patroclus, he's like, this is not good.
This is bad.
Right. We're losing.
We need to do something.
We need Achilles.
Yeah.
So he goes to Achilles.
He pleads with him.
And he's like, please.
Let me fight.
Let me fight.
Let me take the Myrmidons.
Let me wear your armor.
Wear your armor.
And scare the Trojans.
Scare them.
Right. Make them think you're back.
Yeah.
And Achilles, he's like,
he's hesitant.
I don't know about this.
But he eventually agrees.
He agrees, but he gives Patroclus a warning.
He says, look, you can fight.
Okay.
But don't pursue the Trojans.
To the walls of Troy.
To their walls. Can't get carried away.
Push them back.
Just push him back.
And come back.
And come back to me.
But of course,
Patroclus.
He gets caught up.
He gets caught up in the moment.
In the heat of battle.
He's pushing the Trojans back.
He's doing well.
And he forgets Achilles' warning.
He forgets.
He goes too far.
Too far. He gets close to the walls of Troy.
And Apollo's like, no. Remember what I said.
Don't mess with my protege.
Right.
Yeah.
And Apollo.
Weakens Patroclus.
He's like, okay, now's your chance, Trojans.
Yeah.
And Hector kills Patroclus.
Yeah.
And when Achilles finds out...
oh, he is devastated.
Grief.
Rage.
It's all directed at Hector now.
Yeah, it's not about Agamemnon anymore.
This is personal.
It's vengeance.
It's vengeance.
Pure vengeance.
As he comes to him.
She sees her son in pain.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm gonna get you new armor.
Even better armor.
Forged by Hephaestus.
Yeah, the best of the best.
Because she knows.
He's going after Hector.
He's gonna take down Hector.
Yeah.
So now it's building to this epic showdown.
The duel of the century.
Achilles versus Hector.
The two greatest warriors.
Of the Trojan War.
Of their age.
Face to face.
And we know.
We know what's going to happen.
We know Hector's doomed.
It's foreshadowed.
Yeah, Thetis even prophesied it.
Right. That Hector would die.
Before Achilles.
So Hector, he knows.
He knows what he's facing. King Priam and Queen Hecuba.
Beg him.
Please don't go out there.
Stay inside the walls of Troy.
You can't win.
But Hector, he's like, I have to.
I have to face him.
This is about my honor.
Yeah.
My people.
His city.
So he goes out.
To meet Achilles.
And they fight.
It's a fierce fight.
It's a long fight.
A long, brutal duel.
But in the end...
Achilles wins.
But Achilles kills Hector.
And he's still so angry.
Even though he's won.
Yeah.
Even though he's achieved his vengeance.
He's consumed by rage.
He takes Hector's body and he drags it.
Behind his chariot.
Around the walls of Troy.
Yeah, it's a brutal, shocking act.
It's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah.
But it shows...
the depth of his grief.
How much pain he's in.
Yeah.
How much rage he's feeling.
And the brutality of war.
Right. This is what war does to people.
It dehumanizes.
It can really bring out...
the worst in us.
The worst in us.
Yeah.
And then...
we get this amazing scene.
With Priam. Yeah. King Priam.
He goes to Achilles.
He sneaks into the Greek camp.
At great risk to himself.
Risking his life.
Yeah.
And he begs Achilles.
For his son's body.
For Hector's body.
Yeah.
He says, please.
Have mercy.
I'm a father.
I'm a father.
I just want to bury my son.
Give me back my son.
Give him proper burial.
Yeah.
And Achilles.
He's moved.
Priam's humanity.
Yeah, the shared humanity in that moment.
Yeah.
And he gives Hector's body back.
He grants Priam's request.
It's a moment of mercy.
Your impact.
Amidst all this.
Yeah.
Expert